Amazon and Amazon Go are disrupting brick and mortar retail stores. And the only question is where is this going to end? Let's talk about that. So welcome back. This is the Step Next training channel, and this is Futurist Corner, and I'm Kevin Kunkel. And what we're talking about today is brick and mortar retail stores. So if you look at the Bureau of Labor Statistics and just look at grocery stores and the jobs that we have in grocery stores. In December of 2017, there was 3.1 million jobs in just grocery stores alone. Amazon Go just released a store that does not have any cashiers. Now maybe they have people restocking and maybe they have some butchers, but they don't have any cashiers in their stores. If you take a step back and you say, well, maybe this technology even goes further than just grocery stores and starts eliminating other jobs like Kmart and Sears and JCPenney's. If that's the case, then you start looking at the bigger statistics, that is the retail market. In retail trade as a whole, including grocery stores, there's 15.8 million people employed. That's 12.7% of the employment in the United States. 12.7%. I'll say that one more time. 12.7% of employment is in retail. So disruptions like Amazon Go and Amazon as a whole and pushing more people to online buying is going to result in 12.7% of unemployment. So if I then widen it up and say wholesale market. So the wholesale market is the behind the scenes to get the supply of goods to the grocery stores, to the big box stores. That industry alone is 5.9 million people. If you combine retail trade and wholesale trade together as a whole and say that Amazon is going to disrupt the entire thing, now you're talking about 21.7 million jobs. That's 17.5% of employment in the United States. Now, if I take a step back, do I really believe that 21.7% of employment is going to go away till tomorrow because of Amazon and Amazon Go? The answer is no. I don't believe that. What I do believe, though, is it's going to disrupt 21.7% of our employment. The question is what do these people start doing? Who is going to be left in these industries? Who is going to be profitable from these industries as well? So let's take a look at what jobs are going to be left. So jobs like butchers, I think, are going to stick around. Customer service technicians like Geek Squad, I think, is going to be something that's going to be still needed. Small town grocery stores maybe hold out. Maybe they could become the craft grocery store where people feel a lot more enjoyment when they go to that type of grocery store. That's perfectly fine, and I hope that exists. The big question is the big box stores, the big grocery stores, Publix, Buy Low, these are all going to change because of what Amazon Go is rolling out right now. A good portion of that 21.7% of employment is going to start dwindling and going away. So what as a society are we going to do when that hits the unemployment force? Are we going to say, oh, go get other skills, go find a better way of doing your life? How does somebody that has defined themselves as a salesperson reinvent themselves very quickly in order to adapt to a new society that is going to be built by these robots? So what are these people left to do? So either we're going to put them on unemployment, that's not a good long-term solution, or they have to find alternative jobs. Where are all these jobs going to come into play? Is it going to be repairmen of the sensors that is going to be in Amazon Go? Are they going to have to be robot technicians in order to repair the restocking robots? These are society questions that we really have to start talking about and start dealing about and start making a plan for, because these technologies are coming faster and faster and faster. This is what society has to start talking about. We have to start talking about what are we going to do with long-term employment? How are people going to define themselves? We're going to have to start changing our policies. We're going to have to start changing our taxation. We're going to have to start changing the way we live. Things are going to get better because of technology, but in the same token, it's going to eliminate jobs. Now, technology is an amazing thing, and it's going to help us eliminate all these mundane tasks that we have, all these jobs that are hard to do. We're going to be able to create a robot or AI that's going to eliminate those jobs. Now, what are we going to do with all of our extra time? Are we going to look at unemployment as a bad thing? Or are we going to start changing our motto and saying unemployment is a sign that we've made it? It's a sign that we've created a technology that allows us to not have to work anymore. Now, I know you have a lot of comments about a lot of the things I've been saying in this video today. And so I would really appreciate that you leave the comments down below. I'd love to have a conversation around how is technology going to evolve and how is it going to evolve and replace our jobs? Let's have that conversation down below. Leave a comment, good, bad, or indifferent. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on this topic. So thanks everybody for watching. If you like this type of video, please give us a thumbs up down below and subscribe, because I'm doing a whole web series on how a robot's going to replace different industries and different business sectors. So stay tuned for those, and I'll leave you with one thing. Be you, make, share, and repeat. Thanks everybody for watching. Bye-bye. Let me tell you a story about the bank industry. So when ATMs, that technology, rolled out, bank tellers started losing their jobs. No longer did you need 24/7 banks. You just had an ATM machine outside of the bank, and everybody would be able to get their money that way. Funny thing happened was the banks then realized that the people coming into the bank weren't really looking for tellers anymore. They were looking for loan officers and other services that the bank had to offer. And it was more important that they put the banks, small versions of the banks, in all kinds of different zones of the community to be able to be the local bank of choice in that zone. So what ended up happening is more banks, more physical locations opened up. So just like CVS, there's a bank at every street corner now. So they're there asking for local services. And the funny thing is now that those bank tellers are out of employment, they're being rehired as loan officers and other bank service attendants. So now the funny thing is now those people are not only getting their jobs back, but they're getting it at a higher rate. So what's funny is that bank teller job loss is now representing a large bank job increase because there's more physical locations and it's a higher paying wage for those different jobs now as well. So at the whole, there's a lot of numbers that have been thrown out as to what they used to be versus what they are now. I've seen conflicting reports of whether or not overall the bank industry has increased or decreased the amount of workers they needed. So I'm not exactly sure who to trust there, but just the fact that they increased jobs within the banks is encouraging to me as to see what could happen to cashiers in the future. So it's not all doom and gloom. There is a potential future where there's other jobs coming available that are going to replace the cashier jobs within the retail market. It's just a matter of what that's going to be and how that's going to reflect and what is the percentage that's going to come back.